I think most people see design as a luxury, and I've just never seen it that way. To me, design is the beginning, and it gives everything else direction. I started as a designer, but over time I became a builder. I've built companies that grew to 6, 7, and even 8 figures. And I don't say that to brag. I say that because I have a unique perspective. I have not lived a linear life, not by a long shot, but it's been intentional. I've been a kid chasing big dreams, a musician who accidentally ended up on MTV, a founder building companies in the margins, and a designer helping brands grow from nothing to more than they ever imagined. Every single chapter taught me the same lesson. If you don't design your life, someone else will. From the outside, it might look like the pieces don't quite connect, but they do. Maybe not in the moment, but over time, you start to see it. What each season was shaping, what it was asking, and what it left behind. I've gone after things that worked and things that didn't. I've had seasons where everything clicked, and seasons where I was just trying to survive. What that taught me is that design isn't just about how something looks, it's also about how it works. When you've been inside the build, you start to see things differently. There's been one question I keep coming back to. Is this intentional? If you don't decide that, you don't move forward. You just drift. And so when I work with a company, I'm not just thinking about the brand, I'm thinking about the business behind it. Most businesses don't have a growth problem, they have a clarity problem. Is it built in a way that can actually succeed? Because when that clarity shows up, everything else gets easier. Decisions, momentum, growth, it's not because of luck, it's because it was designed that way. When people think about branding, oftentimes they focus on the external side, what it looks like, the colors, the logo. Most companies do not need more marketing. Most companies need more alignment. Alignment between who they are, what they say, and how they show up in the world. I like to use the term brand gap because I see it everywhere. There are so many companies out there that are qualified, but there's a huge gap between what they're capable of and how they're perceived in the market. We are helping companies close that brand gap on a daily basis. And that translates into the way that their employees show up, into the way that their customers perceive them. If you're able to close that gap, it changes everything. I say it all the time, design is a superpower when you harness it correctly. I believe design belongs wherever life matters most. For me, that starts at home. Being a dad is my all-time favorite job, and I think it carries the most weight. The final line in one of my books, I think, says it best. What you build matters, but who you become matters most. My work doesn't stop when I leave the office. It carries into the moments no one else sees. I know it sounds silly, but my family has its own brand too. We put language around who we are. We gave shape to what we believe. We've got a crest, a manifesto, a set of core values we can return to when life gets loud. I did it because I realized what I'm building at home isn't all that different from the work I do every day. It gives language to something that matters. It brings structure to what feels undefined. And it helps it show up in a way that's both real and rooted in purpose. That's what branding is. It's not just how something looks, but how it lives.
Let's go. What she was going for right there? Anybody ever beats me, they get a $100 bill. So she thought she was gonna get it right there.
Everything here is rooted in purpose, and that begins with the name. We exist to help companies catch attention in a sea of sameness. We use that term sea of sameness because we see it everywhere. Everybody starts to look and talk the same way. If you can differentiate your company, it creates opportunity. Hook is a small but mighty studio focused on brand identity and design. We believe design is a superpower that can transform businesses. Good design does a lot of things. It builds trust, it shapes culture, and it gives brands an unfair advantage. We partner with founders who are building with purpose and understand that great design isn't a luxury, it's a strategic edge. We are unapologetically and strategically a small team of experts. Design is my craft, but more than that, it's how I live. One decision at a time, one project at a time, each ordinary day on purpose. Because great design doesn't just change how things look, it changes how you live.